Hello and welcome back to our Montreal Majestic series here on NBA2k20. Unfortunately, we didn't go through very deep in the playoffs in the last season, so we kick off again here in 2023. We'll be looking to hopefully add some draft picks and, just bolster our squad for another run towards the end of the season. I'm pretty happy with just simulating now until we get to the playoffs. This series is all just about seeing if we can win an NBA championship. If any of the other teams come through, that would be great to see, but at this stage, it's really just the Majestic doing the business. So we're up to the draft lottery. Let's jump into it. We've got a couple of picks on the table. We actually have the Bucks and the Bulls first round picks here for 2023. So they should be in the lottery. So we'll see what we can do. Let's jump into it. All right, so the lottery odds, what have we got here? Okay, so the Bucks there at 16 with a 1% chance. We'll take that one off the cards. The Bulls not here on there, but the Aeronauts or the Blues looking like they could possibly have the first round pick. So let's see what picks come of age. Right, the Raptors did get the number 1 pick. Aeronauts got number 2. The Bucks ended up with pick 17, so we'll be taking that one. And then what else have we picked up here? Anything good? We've got pick 31, we've got pick 19 through Chicago and pick 17. So we might be able to move some of those around and possibly try and get a top 10 pick. We'll have to wait and see what we can do. Right, so we get into the NBA draft, the number 1 pick here for the Raptors. They take Harry Sims, a power forward from South Florida. Albuquerque takes Darrell Green, a point guard from Connecticut. Baltimore Blues take Bernie Madison, a shooting guard from Miami. St. Louis take a shooting guard in Wilson Morris from Baylor, 6'6". And Honolulu take an Argentinian in Fabricio Reyes, a shooting guard, 6'5". Right, Seattle take Ryan, a power forward from Northwestern. And with our first pick, number 19, we take Lamont Shaw, a small forward, 6'6", from Utah State. Right, with pick 31, we take Trevor Reeves, a point guard. We needed a third one for our roster. So we've picked him up here and hopefully he can help us out this season. Albuquerque with pick 37 take Giovanni Bianco from Italy, a small forward at 6'7". And Baltimore Blues take Andor Siski from Hungary, big power forward at 6'11". Albuquerque again in on the draft with a centre here, Alex Watts from Xavier, 7'1". And with pick 52, Seattle takes Vitaly Popov, a Ukrainian power forward. Once touted as the first round pick. Okay. Right, pick number 63 for the St. Louis Lightning. They've got themselves a power forward here in Wayne Moore, 6'10" from Connecticut. Right, and there we go. The draft is done. So the Raptors got themselves Harry Sims, overall rating of 79. So he was definitely the pick of the crop here by the looks of things. The Blues have got a shooting guard at 76 rated. And what else have we got down here? Let's have a look at our picks, of course. Did we go all right? Where are we? Pick 19. We've got a 76 rated small forward in Lamont Shaw, so not a bad pickup there, to be fair. And we also have pick 31, which was Trevor Reeves at 70 overall. Right, so we get through the free agency. We managed to re-sign Hampton, and he is still at an 87. Wiseman up to an 86, McDaniels an 86, Porter goes up to an 85. We signed ourselves Scotty Lewis, an 82 shooting guard. Madden's up 1 to an 81. We signed Gary Harris, 79. Casalon's up to a 78. We signed Lamont Shaw, of course, 76. We signed Daniel Thies. We just needed a sort of a backup centre at 75. Logan is up 2 to a 73. Delgado, 73, up 2. We've got ourselves Floyd Griffin there, 72, up 1. Reeves is the lad we picked up from the draft. He is a 70. And Judd Payton up 2 to a 68. So, not a bad roster coming along. Right, the Summer League has been won by the Detroit Pistons. Baltimore Blues getting there again, interestingly enough. We got knocked out in the quarterfinals. Right, so this is how we're going to start off the fresh new season. We retain RJ Hampton there, the point guard, 87 overall. Mananon is his reserve there at 82 now, so we'll be handy with minutes off the bench. And Reeves, we've just picked up, is a 70. We'll try and get some time into him. Scotty Lewis will be our starting shooting guard at an 82. Gary Harris coming up is an 80. He's up 1 just for a bit of experience there, the 29-year-old. And, of course, we've got Casalon at a 78, just still learning his trade. Small forwards, we've got got Michael Porter Jr., 25-year-old. We've paid a bit of money for him, and he's on a decent salary, but at 85 overall should be able to help us out. Lamont Shaw we've brought in at a 76 from the draft, and we've also got Clark Logan there at a 73. Jaden McDaniels retains his spot on the Majestic lineup at 87 up 1. Delgado down 1 to a 72 is the backup, and Griffin coming up as well, 72 up 1. At centre, of course, we've got Wiseman, 87 up 1. Thies is in as some backup there just to help us out, 76 up 1, and Peyton is a 68. We might have to send one or two down to the minors possibly, just to get them some minutes, but you know, with simulating through, we did get some injuries, and that sort of cost us our season. So let's get simulating, get to the end of the season. We might check in about the halfway point, see how all the teams are travelling, and then see if we make the playoffs. Let's go. Right, checking in on the 1st of January, the 76ers are on top of the Eastern Conference 25 and 10. And, we're a fair way down there with 19-16. And unfortunately, Baltimore not having the best of seasons, but it's the Brooklyn Nets at the bottom of the Eastern Conference. On the western side of things, the Sharks near the bottom, Seattle 14 and 20, and Albuquerque are up and about with 15 and 18. Top of the Western Conference is the Memphis Grizzlies with 23-10 record. Let's get forward to the end of the season. Right, we reached the end of the season, and it's Joel Embiid getting the MVP for the Sixers. Rookie of the Year goes to Rob Felder for Cleveland. Sixth Man of the Year is Dennis Schroeder for the Raptors. Defensive Player of the Year, Jaren Jackson Jr. from the Grizzlies. Most Improved Player, Precious Achiuwa from New York. And the Coach of the Year is Brett Brown. Okay. All right, All NBA First Team, Cole Anthony for the Albuquerque Aeronauts. Timmy Price from St. Louis. Okay, we haven't got any players in there. That's crap. Have we got any in here in the NBA2 team? Honolulu Sharks, LaMelo Bell is up and about. All NBA third team, we've got no players either. Aaron Gordon, maybe St. Louis had a half-decent season. We'll have to wait and see. The All Defensive team, well, we haven't got any of those. We just don't have any good players by the looks of things. They're just not doing what we need to. Oh, Montreal Majestic. Lamont Shaw is in the all-rookie second team, so we'll see how he went this season. Right, so the playoff tree looks like this, and Montreal have qualified. They are the only team, so let's have a quick look at how the standings finished. Right, so in the Eastern Conference, it is the 76ers with a 56-26 record. We come through with a 50-32. We had a pretty good run there in the second half of that season. What else have we got? Baltimore 42-40. And St. Louis, I mean, they had MVP players, all NBA players, and you get a 26-56 record, so maybe their coaching staff is just dog shit. Over in the Western Conference, Albuquerque and the Sharks near the bottom of the table, and Seattle did it. Oh, they've only just missed out on the playoffs, 38-44. It was the Phoenix Suns, who have been the bane of our existence, taking the Western Conference. All right, quick look at some of the league leaders. Timmy Price there, the point guard, from St. Louis is the top scorer, but I mean, they finished really low. LaMelo Bell did well. Cole Anthony there, the point guard. I don't know, just not really going that well for our team. Right, let's have a look here. Average points per game for McDaniels was 18.1, Wiseman 17.3, and Hampton with 14.4. Porter currently injured with a right hand fracture. And Scotty Lewis has got a broken right ankle, missing for the season. So maybe that's a little bit of, you know, why we were doing so shockingly. Peyton didn't even get any minutes by the looks of things. All right, let's get into the playoffs. Right, so we've got New York. And let's simulate the round. Let's see what happens. We'll probably get knocked out here nice and early. Oh, we got to win. We got to win. Oh, it's 2-1. Come on, Majestic. 3-1. Push through, boys. Oh, 3-2, 3-2, 3-3. Come on. Yes, we go through. Oh, and now we meet the 76ers here in the semi-finals. Phoenix get through as well. Let's simulate this round. We only want to be playing that NBA championship if we can get through. But do you feel that the 76ers will be too good for us? It's 2-2 though. 3-2 to the 3-3. Oh, Montreal have knocked out the 76ers. We're through. to the conference finals here against the Boston Celtic. Oh, it'll be huge if we take on Phoenix again in the NBA finals, but we've got to get over Boston, so let's simulate this round. Come on, boys, get the job done. 2-0, 2-1, 3-1, 4-1 win. Oh, look out. It's a Suns Majestic NBA finals once again. All right, let's simulate. How do we simulate one game? How do we simulate one game? Can we simulate one game? Simulate. Quick sim. Quick sim. Alright, let's simulate this game and see what happens. Because I've got a feeling that Phoenix will do the business on us. They've really troubled us in the last series that we played 2 seasons ago. We've got the wood over them here at the moment. A close game here by the looks of things. Oh, it's neck and neck going into half-time. Phoenix Suns here with a little bit of a lead. Come on, boys, come back. Oof, that lead's blown out. Maybe there's a little bit of depth coming off the bench. It's getting closer. Resurgence is here. Can we get over the top? Oh, it's a tight one. Oh, it's tied up. Not long to go, and the Suns pull away and eventually take it by 12 points. Booker's 20 points are enough to help the Suns defeat the Majestic. So there we go, 1 and zip. Let's simulate the next one with a live cast, with a sim cast. Yeah, that's fine. All right, simulate game 2. Give less minutes to Mac Casalon. That's the scout advice. Well, I'm not in control of that. We're just letting it go. But Montreal off to a flyer here in the first. Putting some big points up. Can we... No, we can't go across to see what's going on. Whoa, Majestic having an absolute big second quarter as well. Building a little bit of a lead, but the Suns coming back. We might take game 2 here if we're lucky. They could run over us in the final quarter. But the Majestic looking solid for a victory here. Suns coming back. Majestic holding on. Here comes the Suns though. Oh, it's tight. Majestic. It's tight. And the Majestic get it with a 114 or 117 hashtag business as usual. So there we go. It is 1-1. Let's get into the next simulation. Alright, let's go. Simulate the game. This is game number 3. And the Majestic at home. Looking to get the business done here over the Suns and take a 2-1 lead here in the NBA playoffs. Looks like it might be another one of those tight encounters. These two teams are starting to build a little bit of a rivalry here in the NBA. Oh, it's tight. Very, very tight here. Half time. There's only a 1 point of difference. Who's going to come out on top? Jesus, back, forth, the lead's changing a million times. Who wants it? That's the question. Who wants the game? Montreal taking a bit of a lead now. Some big points here in the fourth. Oh, Montreal coming home hard. 2 minutes to play. We might be up 2-1. There we go. Wiseman scored 28 points for the Majestic and a big win over the Suns. So there we go. It is at 2-1. Well, we'll see if we can get Game 3 simulated. Majestic at home again. So another simulation. And if we go and look to be the playoffs in the next episode, we'll start it up again and start playing some games and see if we can clinch that title. But, the Suns look to have a little bit of rubber on us here in this one. Build a decent lead here in the second quarter. Montreal fight back. A big blitz on the boards. And they've got the lead here at half time. A big quarter required here for the Montreal Majestic. Well, when I'm not in control, they seem to be doing okay. And at the start of the fourth, they've got the lead once again. It's, 12 points. Come on, Montreal. Get us through. Make it 3-1. Minute to go. Montreal. McDaniels, 24 points, leads the Majestic in another big win. So there we go. It is a 3-1 series lead to the Majestic, and it's all up to me to see if we can get the victory. Now, we're not going to play that game in this one. We'll leave that so we can do a full game in the next episode out next week. But, yeah, there we go. Somehow we've pulled a rabbit out of the hat, got ourselves through the finals campaign into the NBA Championship once again for the second time, and we've got the Suns for the second time. It's 3-1. We will see you in the next episode. I'm Sparring DK. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, and you have a good one. The Sparring DK channel now has Patreon, and if you feel like just going that little extra step to help, the channel grow, you can go across to the website, pledge your allegiance to myself, and for $1 a month, you're basically putting it in a jar and allowing for us to go and buy some more beers and record some more beer drinking episodes. Thank you very much to the current lads that have gone ahead and supported the channel. Absolutely tremendous to see anybody willing just to give that $1 a month at this stage. I cannot thank you from the bottom of my heart. You really will make a difference in the future. So jump across there if you're that way inclined to the Patreon channel. Sign up today and we'll see if we can get some extra beer drinking episodes for you at home. Now, if you are looking for some more content, we've got a couple of videos. One here, and if you want to subscribe, there's a button right there. So go ahead, subscribe, and you'll be notified when the video